Welcome back to Sips and Spirits.
A podcast for lovers of both alcoholic and spectral spirits.
I'm your host, Eric.
And I'm your hostess, Chelsea.
See? Sounds weird, right?
What?
No? Okay. A little disclaimer before we get started. Facts and stories are presented from various sources, and we make no claims that these tales are true. We just found it to be spooky and interesting, and in this case, very hard to find.
Cocktails and spirits are tasted for the first time during episode recording, unless noted otherwise, like is in the case in this particular type of episode. Our Cryptid Cocktail episodes, we actually create a cocktail for the cryptid we're going to learn about today. So obviously we have to try that cocktail before we present it to you guys, because we want to make sure it's something drinkable and enjoyable for you.
At least for us, anyway.
Yeah.
One last thing. We would like to remind you that it's fine to enjoy our spirits, but don't let them possess you. We may be a drinking podcast, but we strongly encourage you to drink responsibly. As much as we love you enjoying our cocktails, especially our cryptids that are handcrafted, handmade.
Handcrafted? Yeah, I'll take that.
Sure. By us, it's never any pressure to consume them. And like we said before, for our cryptid cocktails, we do try to provide a non-alcoholic version eventually, kind of thing, so we can try them out and make sure it still gets the right taste for you guys to still get to try and enjoy, kind of thing. But anyway,
so before we jump into introducing our cryptid, I need to add this in our show notes so we don't forget to make this point, but we want to just briefly share what is a cryptid for those who are joining us for the first time and have no idea what is this term we keep throwing around.
I'm a cryptid.
So essentially how we have related a cryptid as something that can neither be proven nor disproven scientifically, but there are plenty of tales or recountings or legends or myths about it. So a popular example of this would be Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, or there's like a third one, Bigfoot. These are like your top 3 cryptids, but the animals or creatures we'll be covering.
Are leprechauns cryptids?
We'll save that for another conversation.
Okay.
But yeah, so now that you guys know what a cryptid is, let's jump into our introduction, our cryptid's introduction today. So, our friend Matt Woods of Hallow Woods pulled this cryptid card, and he's going to go ahead and introduce that for you.
Oh my gosh. Matt, what'd you get?
I've got Migas? I've never heard of this.
Oh my gosh.
All right, as you guys saw from our clip you just listened to, that was taken at Midsummer Scream 2023. We had Matt draw the card, and he drew the Migas. And I really, really hope we're saying that correctly.
Migas, Mugasano.
It's a very elusive cryptid. So, without further ado, cheers.
Ooh, that's nice one. That's good.
So we hope to have Matt on our Instagram live, hopefully sometime in the future, to taste test this cocktail. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned to our email newsletter and our Instagram for announcements on that. And we always play a guessing game at the end of each episode. So for those who guess the Migas, you get a chance to do that again through our email newsletter or on our Instagram. And these are the following people who submitted guesses. So first up was, ironically, Matt Woods, who was obviously being very comedic about it, but I just had to share because I thought that was funny. And his guess was he couldn't think of what the name was.
That could honestly be true. He could have forgotten.
Following that, in a close second, was Steam and Kittens, as per usual, who got it right yet again.
I am very
We're so impressed by you, Hilda.
Intrigued at the fact that she's guessing all of these right on the dot most of the time. So I want to know your secret. What's your secret?
Yeah. And then last but not least was Pumpkin Hexes, which I love that handle. They guessed the Mamlambo, which wasn't correct, but had our interests peaked.
Yeah,
Or was it
I think no, it wasn't correct. When we looked it up, it was
The guess would have been appropriate.
another cryptid / deity, I think, of the area. They have some similar features, but it's not so much.
It's not the same.
It's not the same thing. Yeah.
All right. So before we jump into talking about our cocktail and our cryptid, we've got a very brief hauntings behind the bar today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now that first one has changed a bit as of the time of recording this.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna add one before you get started.
Yeah, sounds good.
I need October to like chill. Because
not like speed wise, it's been good. We're
been
like, we're only halfway through
it's
the
been
month.
haunting the heck out of us the past couple weeks.
Actually, it's been rather eventful, but not in the good way.
Not in the good way. Mostly car problems.
Yeah, mostly car problems. Just preoccupied with work, and car problems means financial responsibilities that take precedence over other things.
Yeah.
So we've had to practically cancel everything we were hoping to do in October.
Unfortunately, but you know, that's life as an adult.
Yeah.
But hey, Halloween, I love you.
We love you, Halloween.
Don't be so spooky.
I like the timeline.
Mm-hmm. You didn't catch us on there. But yeah, no, but you know, it just, you know, if you guys seen Chelsea's stories, she's posted a few of them here and there, kind of thing. It's been annoying mostly. Just one thing after another, but we're just swimming through it.
Yeah, we're trying to watch whatever spooky things we can to kind of offset it. Just started watching Goosebumps.
Goosebumps, that was fun. It's been fun so far.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. If you do follow Chelsea, she has put in a few clues for our costumes for Halloween.
Yeah, but now you're gonna have to dangle because you didn't check my post.
I didn't check your post, no.
Yeah, no, I decided to throw in the towel because October has just been that kind of a beast already, and I'm very much struggling to do the things I just wanted to relax and enjoy doing.
Did I not see you post the sneak peek for our costume?
I did. I posted 2 of them, but my post today, or just now, like 15 minutes ago.
Okay, I didn't read that one.
Yeah.
No, I saw it, I just didn't read it.
Yep. Nope. I was like, unfortunately, I'm not going to keep up with it because I'm just getting to the point where I'm frustrated and disappointed because things aren't going how I was hoping. And I need to let it go, before it just becomes like a negative October.
Okay. I mean, it happens.
I'm disappointed, but I would be more disappointed if I kept trying to do last minute posting and whatever. So that's the reality of that.
Spooky.
How is that spooky?
Life spooky and dangerous in a way. Not all our hauntings are fun and cheerful, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Well, we do have real lives outside of, you know, the whimsical stories we tell you, kind of thing. And so, on the upside of things, though,
this is our chance to keep it real, right?
keep it real. Upside of things, we've got the town that we live in, city we live in, every 6 months have a dumping day where you can dump whatever you want except chemicals for free.
Yeah.
So twice I've read to U-Haul, and I've done an overhaul of just dumping things that we don't need to have no more, which can be dumped in the trash cans, and you know I can use my work dumpster as well, but it will take longer trips to do it.
It would take longer to clear out this space, and just as a reminder for anyone who might have missed it or is listening for the first time, we're currently living in we're taking care of my grandmother's house, and she's lived in this house since my father was 7. He just turned 60 this year, so it's over 50 years of stuff that we've been going through. And for my grandmother and my grandfather, who were raised during the Great Depression, it was the impression to keep everything around for as long as possible. They never threw anything out. So we've been just clearing out a lot of clutter with that. And it generates a lot of trash and stuff that's just outdated.
Yeah.
So it can't be repurposed.
The first time we cleared stuff out, it was to clear space to put more stuff away.
To bring our things in.
And then I feel that this move or this dump, we clear space so now we can be able to use the space, which is exciting. Very exciting. Kind of thing. And lastly, Life with a kindergartner. That's been a
Whew.
adventure in itself.
I know.
Our little monster is
Somehow
losing
taking
her
it-
first tooth.
I know.
I've been telling everybody. So when she came up to us and told us, and she told us that her tooth was loose. She said little Boo had punched her in the face. I don't fully believe that, but I slightly do believe it a little bit because he's been a little free-skinned that way as of late.
Frisky is the word you went with?
Aggressive, sure. I don't know. Reactive, sure. But at the same time, it's like, it most likely was, and mostly just was something else
It's time.
this time. So she's been playing with it and trying to tell, hey,
Especially with how it's coming out forward.
yeah.
So if he had punched her,
mm-hmm.
it would be going backwards. So.
And to the parents out there, this is happening as right before Picture Day.
Yeah, picture day is tomorrow as of recording this. And she told us it was Friday, wasn't it?
Friday happened.
It happened on Friday. She's like, my tooth is loose. And I was like, really? It had to be...
When my coworker said a joke about for Christmas, she one wish for her 2 front teeth.
I said that.
Did you say
at
that?
Your mom's.
No, somebody said it at this work too. I didn't hear you say it. I apologize.
I was like, she's going to be able to reenact the song.
I missed that. Sorry.
He doesn't listen to me. Here's
Nope.
proof right here.
I don't listen to her at all.
All right, so we ready to talk about this cocktail?
I'm ready to drink this cocktail. You're already halfway done.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I might need we might need to pause.
We may
and
do an intermission and do a refill on this. If you do, then let me know.
As you guys can tell, that's how October has been. We might need to double down this episode.
Yep. So what's inside this lovely concoction?
We have 2 ounces of cracking Gold Spice rum, an ounce and a half of guava juice. We use the brand Kerns. We have an
Go ahead.
Oh.
I'm just looking at you. You're so
we
pretty.
have an ounce of lime juice, half an ounce of ginger syrup, and we garnished inside with a hibiscus flower.
I'm going to butcher this, but you're the most beautiful something shroud that I've ever seen.
Mouth shroud?
There we go.
You were on the right path.
Yes, I was.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, back to this cocktail. We
You're
chose.
just gonna leave everyone hanging on that one.
I am
huh?
going to leave everything that.
Like, what the heck?
We chose Kraken rum because Migas is described as an octopi of some kind.
A squid-like creature, wasn't it?
Depends on where you read it. Sure. Squid-like octopi. We'll get into that.
Oh yeah.
Later.
I guess we're going based off of the card description with the cocktail.
We use guava and ginger are popularly produced in the Congo, where the Migas has been reported from.
Do I get to do this part? Because this is my part.
You
I
can
get
keep
to
going.
read all the stories.
I was just talking.
You're taking over everything.
I'm just talking.
I guess it's just. I was gonna say cheers with Chelsea, but this is sips and spirits. So sips with Eric.
It's okay. Everyone wants to drink with me better.
Yeah. Everyone wants to hang out with Eric. It's okay.
You
I'll
can
go
keep going.
sit in the corner. Anyways, we chose Dang it.
Hey, so you don't want me to read it?
We chose guava and ginger because they are popular produce of the Congo, which Eric informed me. Apparently that's where it's from.
Yep.
Specifically where the Migas is from. Guava brings in the murkiness of the drink, as you can see in Eric's cocktail, because I've already drinking like 2/3 of mine. While the ginger adds this little nice surprise bite at the end while you're drinking. So it helps tie everything together on the mouth with the syrup part, but the ginger doesn't come in until the end there. So, and then the hibiscus flower, I always equate anything that has like tentacle-like stuff or a weird egg sprouting with the hibiscus flower that you use to put in drinks. And we use the wild hibiscus flowers and syrup that you can find at most grocery stores. I've seen it at every grocery store around here, but might not be your case there. But yeah, so I feel like it
You can
has.
get it from Amazon too.
Yeah, you can also order it from Amazon. I don't know internationally, but this is usually what you see around in the States here. And yeah, I feel like it was a perfect like representation of the
Jamaica.
Migas based off of the Jamaica hibiscus.
Does Jamaica that?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Well,
Jamaica is its own thing. It's a fruit. Or it's some sort of vegetation. Whereas a
Sure.
hibiscus is a flower. I'm positive.
The Jamaica juice is hibiscus juice.
No, they're different.
I'm pretty positive. Anyway. Well,
Jamaica is white flesh.
that's jicama.
Oh, wait. Wait, isn't
Jamaica's the red drink.
Okay, so then maybe yes.
Yes.
Jicama. I'm
Jicama.
thinking of jicama. My mistake.
Different one.
See, look, I can admit my mistake.
Only here. Only live when you guys can see her.
Not always, because I love when I do post editing Chelsea. Like, she was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's about it for the Migas as a cocktail. So as you drink it, your hibiscus flower slowly gets unveiled, and it's a little unsettling if you're not expecting it, which is how I totally recommend you serve it to your friends.
Exactly. Just hide there and don't let them see it. If you like guava, this is gonna be up your alley, 100%. If you don't like guava, it might be a hit or miss.
I don't know if there's any Trader Sam fans out there who love Disneyland or frequenters, like longtime frequenters. So you've seen many things come and go on the menu. There is this one cocktail called the Passionate Python. This isn't an exact match, but this makes me think of that cocktail a lot. It's really, it's good.
Yeah.
Like with the guava's not too bitter. I think the rum that we chose really helps with that because we didn't use your standard Kraken rum. We actually used their new gold spiced rum.
Gold Spice.
So, which is really sweet when you try it on your own. Just warning on that. We gave it a sample for another cocktail and we're like, oh, this is a little too sweet for us. But it helped a lot with the guava. Makes this nice balance.
We did try regular Kraken with this one.
Yeah.
And it was interesting.
It muted all the flavors.
It muted the flavors at first, but then, like when we let it sit for a while, it tasted better. And then it went back to muting. And it was a weird situation, but we stuck with this one because I think it was better.
This was a better match for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I think as far as a general populace goes. Yeah. Any other tasty notes you want to add to this? Yeah, apparently that's how you feel about this cocktail.
I have to drink it.
Any other tasty notes?
Like I said, if you're not a fan of guava, this might not be up your alley. Like, give it a try, kind of thing. I'm a firm believer that even if you don't like something, give it a try in a different form always to see if that combination tastes better, kind of thing. I don't like tomatoes. I can't stand tomatoes. I can't stand tomato puree. I can eat pasta, and I can also eat tomato bisque. Now,
Yeah, you like my tomato.
like now I can.
soup.
Before I couldn't. Now I can. So,
Well, your taste buds change
Yes,
like every 7 years.
yes. So your body changes, but things changes. Try things with different combinations to see if that fits better. If not, then oh well.
Yeah, I like it. I feel like it's hard to explain it. It's like, I personally don't feel like it's too tarty, but it's definitely got a sour flavor to it. Like, if that makes sense. It's not tarty, but it's sour. I guess it's that borderline bitter of the guava, but it's still, it's very enjoyable.
Very. At least I enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
That's why we're serving it. Because we enjoy it. Otherwise, we wouldn't give it to you guys.
If we're not going to drink it, we're not going to share it.
No.
This is just plain fact of the matter.
Yeah. The cocktails we make, we cater to our taste buds. If you guys like them, fantastic. If you guys don't like them, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it's that.
That's our palate. So, you can find this cocktail if you're interested. If
In
this
our
sounds
fridge,
like
because
really
apparently
good.
you need to make another one.
Yeah, I think I need to make another
Do we
one.
take a pause after this? Where can you find this cocktail?
You can find it on our website.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, sipsandspirits.com. There's a tab right on top. You just click cocktails and it'll be right there.
Oh, my God. Is that the only cocktail there?
No, it's not. All our cocktails are there.
Oh, my God. That's fantastic.
I feel like we've moved into commercial segment.
Magic.
They're not gonna know.
That was going to know. So, You ready to learn about a cryptid?
Mm-hmm.
You guys ready to learn about a cryptid? So, once
go.
again, our cards come from Classic Cryptids, a deck from Afterlife Comics. And they say, the Migas is a squid-like animal of Central Africa with a head like a gorgon and limbs where the tail blade would be on a fish-like body like that of a mermaid.
This description's all over the place.
All over the place. It's a weird looking thing.
In the picture, it looks like a squid-like creature.
Yep.
So that's what we went with, guys.
Mm-hmm. So some of the stuff is going to repeat over and over again, but I'll try to make sure I condense it to be the things. And I get a chance to clean up my notes.
No worries.
I have to say, looking for Migas was a very hard thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
In literal translation in Spanish, Migas is crumbs.
Mm-hmm.
But also there's a dish called Migas. It's like a chilaquiles kind of style, but not really. It's a little different. And trying to find mythological creatures from Africa was also a hard thing to do. Kind of thing. So I kept searching, and I had changed my wording a lot. Kind of thing. You know, we went to the library to find stuff there. I couldn't find anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to change my wording a lot and started looking for like, being, you know, I started using like the description, like, octopus creatures, sea monsters, this and that kind of thing, and eventually found it. Okay. So first, the Migas is a mythological and squid-like creature of Central Africa with a head similar to a gorgon and tentacles where the tail fin falls. Will be a fish-like body, similar to that of a mermaid. This is the reason we talk about being a squid because it's similar to the kraken in Norse mythology. According to many accounts, it is believed to possess a human-like features such as legs. However, the creature does not commonly leave the water, and it finds its food source by sucking the blood and brains out of infant humans beings by hiding among rocks and striking out of passing canoes for an easy meal. And one location. In the aberrations, it is a swamp-based octopi with over 20 tentacles. Some even live in trees.
Oh, jeez, what?
Right? The Migas is freshwater octopuses. These tentacle creatures hide in the beds of the Congolese River using their flat bodies as camouflage. They wait for swimming animals to pass over the head and suddenly grab them using their tentacles. Although they're not large enough to eat humans, there's some stories of people being snatched and accidentally drowned by the African creatures. The bizarre freshwater octopus called the Migas is a dangerous creature which can be hide in the very low waters and has flattened its own body in bizarre ways. This stalking machine often uses his many tentacles, some have more than 50,
It just keeps increasing.
to drag prey into calm waters, turning into splashes of tentacles, blood, and gore. While they're related to octopi, there are many differences. They have more tentacles for one. They're more intelligent and more aberrant. Saying more intelligent than octopus is insane
Frightening.
because octopi,
I'm convinced those are the most intelligent creatures on this
very
planet.
intelligent. They can predict the future. They can force their bodies to very small holes so nowhere is safe from them. Like the tree octopuses, these creatures can survive out of water, but they have their weakness. So most Migas stay in the water. Some powerful evil creatures capture the Migas and put them in private lakes or ponds so they can protect their treasure from them. Migas' flesh is very tasteful, but hunting these creatures is almost impossible for peasants and common folk, so finding their flesh on the market is extremely rare and expensive.
Wow, this sounds like a Fiji mermaid kind of situation.
Right? Freshwater octopuses have been reported from parts of Africa, most notably in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where they're called the Migas. Such as animals have also been cited impossibly explained in certain Africa from other cryptids. Like I said, when I was searching for this, and I was searching specifically the Migas, it wasn't pulling anything up.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go into like more things. So freshwater octopus is what brought most of my information out related to the Migas. The French explorer Raymond Corot de Monstrosier gathered accounts of octopus-like animals in the Central Africa Republic during his 1898 and 1899 expedition there. He was told that the Mombu River was home to ... I don't know how the rest of it. An extraordinary animal that has the shape of a fish, the head of a woman, and tentacles of a kind, which it sucks the blood of those it can seize. It then squeezes out the brains and abandons the rest of the body. Yummy.
Wait, so did you lost part of your
No,
sentence?
that was the next part of it.
Okay.
So that was explanation after the
okay.
that thing.
Sorry, I was like, wait. That was a weird transition.
I know. Colbrad realized that the description was heavily mythologized, but felt that
I was just curious what his name was.
there could be some truth to it, as he had received accounts of similar animals in what is known as Benin, particularly the Grand Popo Lagoon. And around the same time, Charles Alexander Delaune, during his 1898 and 1900s West African expedition, was told by locals that a bellowing animal always described as octopus-like existed in the Niger River. Do you believe so? Niger? Stories of octopuses in the Uli River of extreme northeastern Democratic Republic of Congo have circulated since 1900s. In that year, a Belgian officer of the Congo Free State claimed that an octopus called the Miga was frequently found in the river near Amadi, where it hid its rocky crags and often capsized canoes. The Miga was alleged to grab men, drag them in the water, and suck their brains out. The Belgian officer once found the body of a man who had been reported taken by the Miga the previous day. Supposedly, his nostrils were extraordinarily swollen, and his brain was missing. However, according to Mark Mika of Kouville, Uli locals always identify the Miga with images of manatees. In 1959, J. Martin of the Royal Belgian Institute of Natural Science told Bernard Heuvelmans that the Dungu River, an affluent of the Uli in the Democratic Republic of the Congo's Haut-Uli province, was suspected of harboring octopuses. Eleanor Wilkin told Bernard Heuvelmans in 1959 that there were stories of octopuses existing in the Makadikari Basin in the Botswana, a large salt pan which was once a great lake and which is seasonally flooded. Other distinct cryptids reported from Africa have sometimes been identified as freshwater octopuses. I'm not going to pronounce the last name again, but Bernard observed that the Iwa of the White Nile marshes was described as having tentacles, and freshwater octopus was one explanation for the bioluminescent monster of the Umgazadan, a glowing monster that came from freshwater.
It's like all over the place.
Right?
You went from couldn't find anything to it's
it's,
how many different stories
so
can you find?
When you start looking at freshwater octopus, there's so many different stories in the Congo area. It's because it's just all over the place.
Wow.
Kind of thing. Now,
are there really freshwater octopus?
I didn't research that. I got kind of stopped over to find information on this kind of thing because I know that there's freshwater sharks.
Well, there's one.
Yeah, there's a freshwater shark, so there might be a freshwater octopus as well. I didn't really look into it.
Where's your curiosity?
Loss and frustration. After weeks, we were supposed to get this episode done 3 weeks ago, and but I couldn't
a month ago, honestly.
Any information on it for a month.
Yeah.
So that's why. I did get
now I'm really curious.
I really did. That's why I wrote some notes on this thing.
Uh-huh.
The glowing mouse. What was it? Because you're gonna ask, what is that?
No, I actually wasn't, because some octopi are known to have bioluminescence. So
Mark Micah wondered if the Migas could be explained by a species of giant catfish, which Bernard theorized was the identity behind a similar tentacle Iwa, a serpent-like monster of the White Nile marshes. Most catfishes have prominent barbels and whiskers, which could be mistaken for tentacles, but not 50 of them.
Have they seen a catfish?
I don't know. It's Africa. I don't know what kind of animals they have there. Don't they have lions?
I mean, okay. I guess I should look up different types of catfish because... keep going.
However, Bernard believed that the reports of the Dunkuru monster and the Miga alongside the Ali, a manatee, and the Lake Yola monster referred to Sirenians. There you go. Africa's only known freshwater Sirenians, the West African manatee, Trichechus senegalensis is known mainly from estuaries in the lower stretches of the river, but its presence on the upper Congo and the Yuli River has been reported historically and is known for its name from the nearby Chad Basin. If I mispronounce any of these names from the African Congo, I apologize thoroughly. I'm just reading them how they're written. But yeah, that is the
got
Migas.
Belgian and French names in there.
Well, I'm talking about like the names of the rivers and
Oh,
other things. I don't care about the people's names.
Well, no, I'm saying like that's where the French were colonizing in Africa, I believe.
Migas.
Interesting. I have a couple questions.
I may have some answers.
You talked about a treasure
Yes.
that the Migas were guarding.
No. You weren't listening.
No.
So,
Well, I'm sorry. You were all over the place. How could I listen properly?
the stories go that certain creatures will capture Migas and take them to their lakes and waters to guard treasures.
Oh, so I'm gonna be like our little monster with the Octonauts facts.
Mhm.
So it's almost like a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah. So like, let's just go mythical as possible can be. Like, a dragon can go like, hey, I'm gonna grab you. I'll throw you in the lake by my horde, whatever, and then you can guard it. The entrance.
And then you get fed with anyone who tries to come in through that entrance.
Yes.
Okay.
I will say that most brains are not that good because they're
Sorry,
adventurous.
I did miss that little part of
But yes, no, they
creatures captured. I just heard the Migas treasure,
yes.
and I got all excited. Like, wait, when does it start collecting treasure, and what treasure does it have?
Are we going monster hunting for Migas?
No, tree octopus.
Tree octopus. That's all I got.
I think it's funny. I think this is our second cryptid that likes to attack from the trees.
Mm-hmm. This one and the frog one.
Mm-hmm.
And they both are bloodsuckers.
Bloods. Interesting.
Do vampires live
Are
in
we
trees?
gonna find out vampires? Is that why they live in like the tall skyscraper buildings or
Yes.
the high castles?
They miss their trees.
It's like bats trying to roost high up,
Mhm.
right? Bats live in trees.
Yeah.
Some live in caves, but some do live in trees, like in the.
Like in
What
my
do you call the
grandma's
hole in
hard
a
backyard, they had bats.
What?
That lawn area behind Elvira's house?
Uh huh.
There used to be a giant tree there
Uh-huh.
with bats.
That's awesome.
Yes, they took it down
What?
because of the bats.
But bats are so good to have around.
They are.
Is that why there's so many bugs?
Yes, exactly.
They ruined the bat colony population.
Yep.
I'm surprised they were able to do that, actually. You're like zip the lip. Also, like 2/3 through this telling of accounts, you mentioned bellowing animal.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sounds.
Well, because no, it doesn't make sounds. But
Sorry, I'm getting very affectionate with the mic here.
yeah. Because some people believe the whole idea of that this is not a real creature. There's mistaken of something. So manatee was one of the examples of why it was thought to be. Which, by the way, manatee doesn't have tentacles either.
Nope, not at all.
Not any tentacles. It doesn't have skinny limbs. It's just.
I found it. You said like later on, like a freshwater manatee.
Mhm.
Isn't that a dugong?
I think so.
Like that's the difference between a manatee and a dugong.
I have no. You're not.
Did you know a dugong is a real creature,
Yes.
not just from Pokemon?
Yes. You mentioned every time I say dugong.
Oh, do I?
Yes, every single time. Every single time. It's like a revolving door.
Nerd alert.
Very.
I thought that's the different. Oh, or maybe I have it backwards. Maybe manatee's freshwater and a dugong's ocean
I
water.
think you're correct because
Wait, which one?
the manatee is sea waters because that's what mermaids are.
Well, yeah, that's what people usually are explaining what sailors may have thought a mermaid. What sailors actually saw versus what they thought was a mermaid. That's what I was trying to say.
Which, by the way, like I'm all for thick women, but manatee, I don't know. I've never drunk that much
I
rum.
don't know. They have some cute faces.
Pugs have cute faces.
No, they don't. And I apologize to anyone who has a pug, but ew. Just ew.
Ew. But yes, no.
Yeah, I feel like for some reason I have that weird fact in my head. Like, why didn't they just say a dugong?
Mhm. Maybe because people don't know what dugong and they want to associate with Pokemon.
Dugong. Sorry. That's all I can think of. Why do all the water Pokemon, they have to repeat their name really fast and flap along with
All
it?
the Pokemon repeat their names.
No, but water Pokemon in specifically. Goldeen, 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 Goldeen. Dugong, Dugong. They do. They flap. You're laughing, but it's true. You're laughing because it's true.
Anyway, what I wanted to say is I want to be that drunk. Where I go to the aquarium and go, that's a pretty lady in the water.
Okay. I was like, I am not drunk. Excuse you. And then you continued. And I was like, okay, continue. And you said the Dunky what monster? It was on the second page.
Second page.
Something about the Migas and then a Duke something monster. I was like, when did we introduce another monster here?
All the monsters.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot involved with the Migas.
The Migas could be explained by giant catfish, and it appears to be identity similar to that tentacle Ewa, serpent-like monster.
No, not that one.
Ungusadam, the glowing monster from the freshwater.
Maybe? I swear it was like a Dunke.
Dungu River.
Dungu River. Is it the Dungu monster?
The Dungu River has affluent.
Dungu River monster, maybe?
The Dungu River suspected for harboring octopuses.
Oh, I just thought you mentioned something about a monster with that.
Probably.
Too.
Somewhere in here.
There's a lot going on.
There's
but
a lot all
not
over the
enough information either.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. We
still had plenty of conversation with the minimal amount of info.
It was all over the place because, like I said, looking up Miga specifically, I got one paragraph. I had to start. Okay, let's go African sea monsters, and I couldn't find anything. And I was like, well, it's an octopus, so African octopus monsters, and eventually
you should have gotten specific to South African.
Well, I did. I was looking for Central Africa, and then when I found out about the freshwater octopus, the Miga in the Congo, I was like, okay. Then I started looking for that, and then
suddenly it opened.
Up more things in there.
There you go.
So, yeah.
If anyone else has information, we'd be willing to revisit the Migas because this cocktail's just so good.
Yep. Or tell us more. Yeah. Tell me more. Tell me more.
We want to know more.
Did she put up a fight?
Not enough info. Okay.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Just ignore my.
Well. What? Are we supposed to continue? What am I supposed to do to that?
No. You're just coming okay, we're done. Let's move on.
Are we ready to move on?
It's okay for you to be Pokemon, but I start singing okay, let's move on.
No, you ended. You stopped at a point where it was a stopping point in the song. It's not like a let's continue on part of the song. If you don't know the song, don't start throwing out the lyrics for it.
Anyway.
What? So dismissed so easily. So dismissed so easily. Dismissed so easily.
Yes. Yes.
You look like you're having fun over there.
Yeah, so much fun.
Okay, so are we ready for our Cryptid Guess Who?
Yes.
Only people on YouTube get that little nugget of a moment right there. All right. Here we go.
Is that you?
Was that you?
Nope.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Who's whistling?
I don't know. The cryptid they were about to...
Okay. With a head shaped like a beloved gourd, pleasantries end with its terrible odor. This is not, I thought that rhymed better when I wrote this. It does not. I'm sorry, I have to start again. With a head shaped like a beloved gourd, pleasantries end with its terrible odor. Its nickname is short for the land it roams, meaning Mississippi is what this hairy beast calls home. I could not keep that together because I was really bothered by the fact that it did not rhyme, and I apologize.
Gourd?
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 Ord.
Gourd.
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 And odor, Chelsea, do not rhyme.
Orange.
All I keep thinking is throat and support.
Throw it this way.
I was like, is that where your brain was, my dear, when you wrote this?
Just so you guys know, throat and support do not rhyme.
No, they don't. I don't remember. That's the teacher guy, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll have to look at a song for you guys.
It wasn't a song.
No, he talks about a rap song.
Oh, he's talking about a rap song.
Yes.
We should look up the comedian. Forget
Also.
the rap song.
Also that. Anyway, you can leave your guess on Instagram or website or email us, and we'll be sure to show your guess on the next Cryptid episode.
Yeah, doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. You noticed, we share them all.
All of
So
them.
it's exciting to see so many people get involved in guessing the cryptids.
I'm also very curious if Syndicate is like, I got this.
Are you going to understand what the heck Chelsea was trying to say?
Yes. Anyway, are you ready for our last call, our wrap up?
It is time.
It is time.
It is time.
It's time.
Whether we are ready or not.
Topsy-turvy.
Okay, I don't know that one. Sorry.
Want to regular name? It's time. At the end of the song, when they're trying to reveal the Chester, the ugliest mask.
I don't think it goes that way.
He goes, it's time. It's time. Anyway.
Okay, so thank you for sipping along with us. We want to keep those spirits flowing, so please be sure to show your support by reviewing and subscribing to our podcast. If you enjoyed this show, be sure to share with others. And I guess I did steal your line. You've been doing it to me all evening.
I was like, okay, it's right out to yours.
You gotta sell it. We want people to get that newsletter subscription.
Okay.
He's getting in the salesman pitch.
No.
We just need Senior Scary back over here to do his
We have an email newsletter. Come join us by sipsandspirits.com happy hour, or join us by our tree link on many social media platforms.
sipsandspirits.com/happy hour.
Oh, I'm sorry, shit.
You gotta say all the symbols or they're gonna get it wrong. Yeah, we have fun with our newsletter. We've been much better about it, and I think we have.
Okay,
so.
cool. As long as you think we have, then that's all that matters to me.
I don't like when he just not. It like negates any accomplishment I feel I have about something I'm talking about when he does that. It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you can find us on all podcast hosts or YouTube. We encourage YouTube because you get to see our silly faces. But we also have a website, and we like to hang out on Instagram doing silly things like reels and talking about National Liquor Day and how to find spirits easier.
Other things, yeah.
Yeah, amongst other things.
Amongst other things.
So, without further ado, it's time to close our tab and say our final cheers.
Cheers.
So grab your glass and clink.
That was horrible.
What was that? Yeah.